Okay, so I'm back up here at the circle in Kamle. This is the proper circle where I was practicing last year. Is actually for the A2 test, which is the larger size motorcycles. So when you take the A1, you have to use a Honda Wave at the testing center. This is a Honda Wave. It's a 110cc semi-manual. So you do need to change your gears. However, there's no clutch to worry about. You can also start in any gear you want. It won't stall, but if you don't have enough gas, it will definitely stall. So when you take the test, you're going to do it in either gear 2 or gear 3. Usually they come preset for gear 3. So that's what I practice in. So a couple problems is I've failed this test twice. I've touched the line 5 times. You're only allowed 4. When I was practicing before, I was looking down here at my fender and watching the line, which on this, there's no problem. However, on the real test bike, there's about a TomTom Garmin size computer screen right here that counts how many times you touch the lines. Right, on every white line, you're losing about a ½ an inch for a black sensor, right? And so your computer will tell you and count, and again, you're only allowed to touch 4 times. So what you'll do is you'll do the figure 8, and then you'll do 1 full lap and a half again, and then you'll exit over to the side. You'll come down here to the straightaway. You'll come back up through the slalom, and then you'll loop around where this ladder is. Those are really going to be bumps, and I'll go to the other parking lot if it's free to show you the bumps, but they're basically curb size, a little bit taller than this curb, series of bumps. Now on the real test, these lines are 3 times longer, right? So the straightaway line is about 50 meters, 60 meters, maybe even 100, I don't know, it's pretty long. The slalom and the ladders are the same length. So the only thing that's mildly accurate over here is the figure 8. The problem is because of those black sensors, the figure 8 at the real testing center is much narrower than what you're doing here. So you really do need to come up here and practice and kind of get a technique going that you can be consistent with. So some of the people here, they kind of do the rev coast for the whole way so they can go super slow. And what you notice with this guy, you can see that his elbows are shaky. And if you want to avoid that, you can use your rear brake and your throttle at the same time. Strong brake, mild throttle. It's not going to tip over. You don't shake. You don't need to move your elbows to keep your balance. So that's the technique I've been using, and now that after failing the second time because of the stupid computer here, I'm practicing not looking at all here, and I'm noticing where is the line as I'm going around the 8, because it's the only time you touch. And so, for instance, if I'm banking to the left, the outside line should be right here, splitting this area, which is next to the screen. And if I'm banking to the right, it'll be over here. So now I have those reference points, but I'm just much more confident with getting the reference points on the circle that I don't have to look at the line. So that's the biggest thing. And then when there's no one here, I practice fast and slow. Fast because it gives you the technique of turning your wheel a quarter turn like that, and then leaning about, I don't know, 30, 40 degrees and going faster. So then you get the quarter turn, now you just need to adjust the angle of your lean for how slow you're going. When I do a test speed, I'm going about the pace that guy is right there. And so a 30-degree lean would put you inside the internal circle. So once you have the turn and the lean at a fast pace, because it's the very aggressive lean, then you just adjust that angle for how slow are you going. I'm using a constant throttle and just using my rear foot brake to control my speed. So without further ado, I'll go do some laps.